Hello and welcome to Zig Wheels. Today we are here in Bangalore at the launch of an all-new electric scooter, and that is the Bounce Infinity E1. Now this scooter might look familiar to most of you people because this is basically it's based on the 22 Motors Flow that we had seen a couple of years back. But as you know the story, that company was acquired by Bounce, and now this has been launched as the Bounce Infinity. Now, before we get to the details of this electric scooter, let's talk about a couple of, or rather the most important aspect of this scooter, and that is its battery swap system. Now, this is not just any random battery swap system, it's basically one that lets you buy the scooter without the battery, and that really plays a big part in its cost. Now, this scooter, if you buy it with the battery and charger, it's about 69,000 rupees ex-showroom, but you have the option of buying it without the charger and the battery as well, and that will bring the cost down to about 45,000 rupees ex-showroom Delhi, and in some states with the state subsidies it will go even further down. Now unfortunately this scooter doesn't have the key in there, so we can't really open the boot and show you the battery in this one, but basically the key slot is right there. You can open the boot and the seat and the battery is right under there. Now talking about the scooter in general, its tech specs, it's got a hub motor at the back. Now this makes 83 Newton meters of torque, and that's good for a top speed of about 65 kilometers per hour in power mode. And Bounce claims that this can do 0 to 40 in about 8 seconds. So not the quickest, but should be pretty okay in regular traffic. Now talking about other things on the scooter, of course it's built on a tubular frame. It's got, as I mentioned, the batteries are based under the seat right there. It's running on 12-inch alloy wheels at both ends, and it's got disc brakes at both ends as well. Let me just show you those. Yep, that's the front disc, and the rear disc is right there. It's got a double-sided swing arm and twin shocks at the rear, which unfortunately you can't see very clearly, but there they are, and a telescopic fork at the front. Now in terms of features, it's got all LED lighting. So as you can see, the headlight here is all LED, so are the indicators, and even the tail light back here is all LED. Now this has got a full LCD instrument cluster right here. Nothing fancy, not a color TFT like some of the competition, like say the Ather or the Ola, but it's basic, but it does have Bluetooth connectivity. So you do have features like geofencing, locating your scooter, and all those, and of course it doesn't get navigation, so that is a bit of a miss. Now in terms of switch gear, what you can see, basic switches here. Now it says reverse on this, but it also says cruise control, because the scooter is supposed to have cruise control, but we are not too sure how that works. We'll get to know when we ride the scooter during our first ride. And of course on this side it's got the power mode switch. So you have power, which is the top most powerful mode. You have eco, which limits the top speed of the scooter but does give you more range, and you have drag mode. Now don't think of this as drag as in drag racing mode. This is meant to basically move the scooter when you have a puncture, and you can walk with the scooter and still move it under its own power. So it's meant for that. And speaking of range, well, the ARAI certified range for this scooter is 85 kilometers. So in the real world, they claim that in power mode it could come down to maybe about 55 kilometers, and in eco mode could be about 65 kilometers of real world range. But of course, thanks to the battery swap system, you can always swap out the battery at any swap station in just a minute or so. So technically it will be as quick, or in fact faster, than filling petrol in a regular petrol scooter. And the best part is that Bounce has tied up with a lot of mom and pop stores, small kirana stores and the likes, to have their swap stations installed, which means they will basically proliferate a lot easier compared to having dedicated fast charging stations. So we can take a look at the battery swap stations out here. They've got a battery swap station over here, and you can see the battery is plugged in and it's charging. Now as you can see, the battery has got a signal indicator, which probably means it knows location in the world and it transmits that. So again, this basically helps Bounce with tracking their batteries, if you're guessing. Now we don't have too much details on that as of yet, but we'll clarify those going forward. Now this is just a sample swap station. There will be more, the bigger ones as well, and where basically you just drive up to this place, take a fresh battery, put it in your scooter, put your old battery back in, and just drive off. And there will be a certain model for subscription. Now Bounce hasn't clarified that as of yet, whether you pay monthly or per swap or per kilometer, but we will have those details in another video going forward. So this is the Bounce Infinity. We will get you more details of this pretty shortly. And just to add one more bit, now because you have that big battery under the seat right there, the storage is quite limited. It's only 12 liters. I think we can probably show it on this scooter right here. So yes, we can show it right here. This is the battery plugged into the scooter, and this is the storage space. Not great, but then it should be enough for some small groceries right there. So now this, what you can see, is a customized version of the Bounce Infinity, and basically what Bounce will allow you to do is let you customize your scooters, and they will have some designs available from different designers on their website, and you can choose from one of those. So apart from the 5 colors that you get, you'll also get these fancy designs, so that should be pretty interesting. So anyway, that's it from us from the Bounce Infinity launch here in Bangalore. If you have any questions, do drop those in the comments below, and we'll answer them as soon as we can. And of course, do stay tuned for our video where we give you the top highlights of the Bounce Infinity coming up soon. Thank you so much for watching.